the great Andy Lee. Bit of a testy press conference there between the two lads, and it looked like at the start of it, and particularly when they talked about the North versus South thing, you seem to be getting as much into it as the fighters.
Yeah, I don't like that North v South kind of. I think it's a good fight by itself, and the personalities are good. I think Paddy will have a lot of support from within Belfast himself, and maybe Lewis will have some from the Republic, but
it's just two Irish fighters, isn't it?
Yeah, then it's a good fight, and it's good. And I don't think there's any real hatred between the two of them. I just think they want to show who's better. That's all.
And it's like a competitive thing, like when you were talking about the punching power and everything. Like that is something that just boxers do want to prove against each other.
Yeah, definitely, and who can hurt each other.
So obviously but it does make for a more exciting thing. Like the crowd today, unbelievable. I couldn't believe there were so many people supporting Paddy.
Yeah.
Because middle of the day in Belfast. How big of a drive up was that from Limerick?
Oh, from Clare as well. Yeah. A lot of them came from Clare. So. But they're passionate. They know this is Paddy's step up, and it's time to him to show how good he is.
Very busy period for yourself. Obviously, in a couple of weeks you head out to Saudi again with Dubois-Parker for. I mean, really, is this, like since you've been working with him, absolutely the biggest fight that you've had.
Yeah, the biggest fights, but they're all big fights. It's only the biggest because the belt is on the line. Mm-hmm. When he fought Zhang, it was an interim championship. When he fought Wilder, there's no fight bigger than fighting Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
So that's the beautiful thing about this with Joseph, the experience that he has, and the recent experience is that, Dubois, a great fighter, but Zhang, he's not bigger than Zhang. He's not a knockout as like Wilder. He's not a southpaw like Zhang, and all these things Joe's overcome recently. So it must give Joe a lot of confidence.
Of course, and certainly his performances in these fights as well. Like, I mean, obviously Wilder didn't work out when he fought Zhang himself, but the performance there, it's one of his, probably maybe Joe's best. Yes, Wilder?
Wilder is it's a signature win, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a signature win. It's one that really stands out. And Zhang as well. It's a signature win. There ain't nobody going to beat Zhang. I don't know. Caballel has got a good chance. But Zhang is 41 now. But, whatever it was a good win. Zhang was in that form after knocking out Joyce twice. So, yeah.
What do you reckon of Wilder's comeback fight against this Curtis Harper? Bit of an odd one.
No, I think it's a good one. I don't think you need to go into a big fight, especially the way things were done years ago. That you build yourself up, you come back slowly, you get 3 or 4 wins.
More against like a Helenius, a Karnacki maybe than obviously he fought Helenius, but like someone like that as opposed to like someone 18 and 11.
Yeah, I just think you get somebody in the ring, you win, you look good, you get your confidence back, you do it again, and then all of a sudden your mindset changes and you're back to being the man you were. Because after a loss, you're always hesitant. Every fighter will be. Every fighter is. They're not as a little bit hesitant. And you need to get that out of your system.
So Daniel and Joseph are doing their press conference the other day, and you're obviously focused on that and focused on what's happening there. And then this video comes out on social media from Tyson, really stealing the spotlight. Had you spoken to Tyson before that, or was there no contact?
No. I talked to him since the Usyk fight, but nothing with that context. I was as surprised as anybody else.
And you reckon? I mean, I'm one of the only people who believes he's legit every time. Because at this point, he's not someone who has evaded a lot of shots. He's not someone he has had wars. He's been in the wars at heavyweight, and any time he decides to call it a day, it seems fair enough to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think I don't know anything about. I can't really speak for him because nobody knows the mind of that man. He's his own man. He's a unique character, and he's done everything he can in boxing. I think. I don't think if he fights Joshua, it'd be a nice swan song for both of them. They don't need the money, neither of them do. I don't know if they need that to scratch that itch. I don't think they really do. I think if they fought each other, I think it'd be more to satisfy other people's curiosity than their own. So if he wants to fight again, he does. If he doesn't, whatever it is, we're still friends, we'll talk about all the time, that's it.
Of course, well, you're obviously very close, very familial relationship, and I suppose, if obviously he wouldn't do this, he's got, his management, he's got his promoters and everything, but if he came and said, Andy, look, you've been here since day one, what's your advice? Should I do another fight or should I stay with the gloves hung up? What would you tell him?
No one can answer that question for anybody or any fighter. It has to come from within. You have to look at your reasons for doing anything and say, do you want to do it? It has to be if there's any inkling of doubt that you don't want to do it anymore, then it shouldn't be in fighting. It's dangerous, especially at heavyweight. So if he doesn't want to do it anymore, then retire.
What's the plan for Paddy after this?
Well, he'll be in line to fight for the world title. Whether that happens in the next fight or not, I don't know. But I would like him to fight this. I'd like him to have 3 fights this year. This one before the end of the summer, and then one before the end of the year.
It'd be nice if he could get out to Saudi as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think I would love to see Paddy fight to his potential, put on a spectacular show, and then there would be a demand for him to be in Saudi.
Yeah, of course. Another one I wanted to ask you about, obviously someone who you close with as well, family, but it's a little bit different. Tommy Fury, he was supposed to fight this weekend. What do you reckon? Like, should he? Like, what do you think is going to be next for him? I mean, he's pulled out of this one.
I only just know Tommy in passing and say hello to him, and he's nice, very nice guy. I don't know what happened. I don't know. He pulled out because he didn't want to get kicked, and that's fair enough. And he fights somebody else.
He's obviously got big fights like available to him.
Yeah, he's still him and Jake Paul is still the biggest fight, isn't it? You know, and it was a good fight the first time. So yeah, it'd be nice to see them. I don't know. You don't
keep up with that world of boxing.
I'm in the boxing world. I'm that engrossed in this stuff. It's hard to keep pace with everything else.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And obviously, like you say, that fight was big. Another Irish fighter, Katie Taylor. What did you make of her win over Amanda Serrano? And do you reckon, I mean, even though she's won the 2, do you reckon there's still a bit of an appetite for a trilogy back here?
I think there is. There is. I'm not sure if the appetite is. The Park appetite is. I would love to see it. They should jump on it. They should keep these things, keep the momentum going with these things.
Yeah.
Because she has a fight. There's such backing and celebration. She wins. Everyone's cheering for her, and everyone's in it. So happy she wins, and then it just goes dead for 4 or 5 months, and then it's to come back again. And they're trying to resell something you've already sold. You know what I mean?
Do you think she won?
I think she won, yeah. I think she won easy.
Seems like everyone in boxing thinks that, and all the casual people who were watching on Netflix for the other thing seem to think she got robbed.
Rosie Perez on commentary. So it's not, it's not going to be a good reflection. They're not authorities in boxing to call a fight like that.
Last question for me is you've got this. You've obviously got these big names in your stable. Obviously, you got Paddy, you got Joseph Parker, people like that. Who's someone who maybe the fans, like the casual fans who are going to be watching this fight, or going to be watching Joseph Parker's fight, who they're not aware of yet, who is the next prospect? Because I remember a few years ago, it would have been Paddy Donovan. That would have been the name you would have said.
There's lots of good young kids coming up from Ireland. One is who Paddy's cousin called Jim Donovan.
Yep.
He'll be turning pro soon.
Is there anyone in the family who doesn't box?
Yeah, they're all fine. He'll do very well, Jim Donovan. He's very, very good. One coming out of the amateurs who've been in the gym with us, Adam Melanian, super heavyweight from Jobstown. He's a very, very talented kid. He's only 18, world amateur champion. He's one for the future.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. Great to speak to you.